ओमज्ञानातिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नामस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्तवृंद। श्री नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताक स्वामी नित्य नामने नमाचार्य पदाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने और शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपान। Okay, thank you very much for joining today morning for on the Ekadashi. Just one Ekadashi prior to the Vyasa Puja celebrations of His Holiness Japataka Swami Maharaj. So this morning we got this news about the passing away of another great stalwart devotee leader, His Holiness Badri Narayan Swami, also disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Very, very senior devotee. He was a member of the GBC, initiating guru, sannyasi. Was living in San Diego, in America. Has been serving since 1969. Very, very gloriously he has been serving the deities and Prabhupada and Prabhupada's mission. American by birth, he has served in many capacities. He was president of San Diego, I think many temples in America. One of the early disciples of Srila Prabhupada. He was known for his very great loyalty, personal loyalty to Srila Prabhupada, sincerity, and very dedicatedly he was serving Prabhupada. So he had come to India, and after, I think he attended the GBC meetings, and after that he went to Vrindavan. So yesterday he passed away in the holy dham of Vrindavan. So it's the end of a chapter, it's the end of a very glorious life, very successful and very glorious life of His Holiness Badrinarayan Swami. We have met him, I have met him a few times, extremely humorous and very witty person. He will have the whole class jumping and laughing when he speaks. And he would always have connect whatever theme of the Bhagavatam to many leelas and pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. He would always connect different, whatever was the theme of the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam class he would give. He would intersperse it with many, many incredibly profound yet hilarious and witty leelas of Prabhupada. And he was very, very powerful in his faith. He was considered as a very important leader in the governing body commission, North American leader. So his passing away is a great tragedy, great loss to this movement, to this world. In many ways, because he was a link between the current generation and Srila Prabhupada, one of those very enduring links. So that generation is slowly aging. They're all of them in their late 70s or 80s. So it's a it's a great blessing to him that he passed away in Vrindavan. And it's not that he was still sick or ill for a long time. He planned to pass away in Vrindavan. He came to leave his body in Vrindavan. Nothing like that. He was just traveling. He was visiting a few temples in Vrindavan. And he fell ill yesterday after he visited Rangaji Mandir. And yesterday evening he passed away. Around 8:30. He passed away. So Krishna took him away when he was in Vrindavan after he had darshan of Rangaji Mandir. And of course, Krishna Balramani. He was staying in the ISKCON property called MVT Guest House. He's written many books and articles also. He was known as Prabhupada's man all his life. So it's a big loss for this movement. So His Holiness Badrinarayan Swami Maharaj ki jai, ISKCON Guru Vrinda ki jai, Ananta Koti, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. So today we are discussing about His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. I think the whole world will be observing a day of mourning at the sudden, unexpected passing away of Badrinarayan Swami. Extremely unexpected and very sudden. This generation of devotees provided stability to ISKCON, protected ISKCON, guarded ISKCON. From all kinds of dangers. Fragmentation, which means breaking apart, multiple philosophies, multiple theories. Everything this generation has withstood and protected ISKCON and kept ISKCON united. So that we, all of us, can peacefully practice Krishna consciousness and have a strong society. Such a strong society we have. Very stable, strong. Of course, sometimes there are issues, challenges, but very strong and stable society we have. It's because of these sacrifices of these previous generation and direct disciples of Prabhupada. So though there were many disputes, confusion, they all stayed together. That's such a big achievement. People from different countries, different regions, different nationalities, different culture, different age group, um, different religion, different caste. They all stayed together, protected ISKCON, nourished ISKCON, etc. It's not a small achievement in Kali Yuga. As we can see, Gaudiya Math is divided into hundreds of branches. All other Vaishnava paramparas also have divided. Every center is practically an independent mutt. Even in Christianity, there are at least 500 different branches of Christianity, each one philosophically different from the other. Somehow ISKCON is protected. Right now, we only have one major problem, which is the ritvik philosophy. Otherwise, 99.9% of the devotees of ISKCON globally are together working under the GBC. So this is the for us, we don't have to think about which group of ISKCON, I believe, which branch, we're all together. Prabhupada wanted it like that. So unity is one of the biggest achievements in Kali Yuga. So we must give credit to this generation of leaders, Badrinarayan Swamiji and all his colleagues, for keeping ISKCON together, though there were many differences at various points of time. So this is a lesson we have to learn, that we have to stay united. Prabhupada said, you show your love for me by being united and cooperate with each other. Differences will be there. Prabhupada says if two people gather together and work for a long time, there'll be some differences. But all these differences should converge when we are serving Krishna. Differences should be in how we serve Krishna or something like that. But we accept one common authority governing body and we carry on. And sometimes time will solve the differences. Sometimes um, uh, sometimes some solution Krishna will indicate. Sometimes some problems it will continue for a long time. But that doesn't mean we break the society, we become independent of each other, we start disliking each other, hating each other because our philosophies don't match. So the lesson of unity, lesson of togetherness is being taught by them. Guru Maharaj is also known as a very strong unity man. Actually, Guru Maharaj is very, very large hearted. He calls his disciples and he has told them also. Sometimes on managerial issues, maybe you will not agree with me. Maybe we have differences. But that's okay. I can understand that. You don't have to accept everything that I say. You can have a slightly different view from mine. I will not take it as an aparad or something. But whatever be your differences, you have to present it in a very diplomatic, in a very Vaishnava way and accept what is the ultimate decision that is made by the body. We have a gracefulness to accept it. Not that you have one opinion, I have one opinion, we go on till the end and then we fight and then we split. No. Whatever is the majority decision that is taken, both sides have to accept. Sometimes it's based on my position. Sometimes it may be different from my position, but both of us have to, in a very Vaishnava way, accept it. Because unity is very important, Kali Yuga. If unity is compromised or disturbed, then we work without a common authority, then mind will start giving ideas, promoting ourselves, promoting different things. So it's very risky. So Guru Maharaj has taught this lesson to us. He has told us that as managers, we can have different opinions. Different opinions cannot become reason for hatred, dislike, boycotting, threatening. If you don't accept, then I'm resigning. All those things. Guru Maharaj did not like it. Prabhupada said even among the gopis of Vrindavan, there are differences. And the reason I'm focusing on this topic is because all these people, disciples of Prabhupada, because they are united, they will fight together again. Does not mean 100% they agree with each other. No, there are differences amongst them, philosophically, managerially, on issue of guru or management or customs, practices, traditions, how much we should follow the Dhyama, how much we should not follow. All those things. But because of their love for Prabhupada, they are together. And it's not that we are robots or computers or something, or AI clones or something. No, we will have difference of opinion. So the beauty of life is that there will be differences, there will be variety, but at the same time there is friendship and love amongst all devotees. Though we may be differing from one another philosophically, there will be togetherness also. There will be some difference also. So Prabhupada used to call it unity in diversity. United to serve Guru's mission, Prabhupada, the scriptures, etc. But diversity in how to serve. Different people may have the Sankirtan devotees will think the best way to serve Krishna and Prabhupada is to go out and do Krishna every day. People who like to build temples will think that we have to build temples, create assets for ISKCON. People who are into Shastra will say we have to read, understand, practice, and then write exams. We should be very well versed scripturally, shastrically. So different people have different understandings. But all that adds to the beauty of this society, dynamic beauty of this diversity in the society, in ISKCON society. So Guru Maharaj is the greatest, one of the greatest symbol of unity. Unfortunately, when one small group had broken away from ISKCON many years back, Guru Maharaj went out of the way and discussed with them, spoke to them, and brought them back into ISKCON. The Bhaktipad, the Kirtanananda group, which later on became Radhanath Swami group, was away from ISKCON for some time. But because of the determined efforts of Radhanath Swami and Japataka Swami, Radhanath Swami's entire group came back to ISKCON, rejoined ISKCON. Guru Maharaj was one of those who was instrumental in making that happen. Guru Maharaj says, okay, even if somebody has major differences, has had a fall down, he's done, go some other place, peacefully settle down there, and then do your service, but don't leave ISKCON, don't go away. So the lesson of unity is, lesson of humility is important. The character of tolerance, character of the value of large-heartedness, that accepting that there will be diversity in this movement. But at the same time, that one factor that brings us all together is our love for Prabhupada, to our desire to fulfill the mission of Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj says sometimes in management we accept sometimes a junior devotee as a leader. Maybe many years younger than me, younger than us. When Guru Maharaj says, what can we do? We should not complain. Krishna is empowered based on their sincerity. So we should accept. Philosophically, we may not have differences. Sometimes managerially, we will have differences, but still, even managerially, we cannot allow differences become reason for dislike, hatred, groupism, thinking that I am better than the other group, that group is not good. All these things are very risky and dangerous. So, Guru Maharaj is a perfect example of unity in diversity. He himself has initiated many varieties of programs. In cities, he has Bhakti Viksha type of program. In villages, this Namhartan type of program. In modern cities, he also encourages online type of programs, hybrid type of programs. His mood is that somehow or other connect people to the holy name, connect people to Lord Chaitanya's mercy mission. Guru Maharaj always encourages have special program for children, special program for youth boys, youth girls, because they have a different culture and temperament. So Guru Maharaj has also spent substantial amount of his money, whatever he gets as dakshina, substantial amount of his money and time and energy in preserving all the places connected with Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in Navadvip Dham and Gormandal Dham. Prabhupada personally instructed him, saying that all places connected with Lord Chaitanya's Leelas, we should protect them, preserve them. Otherwise, later on, people will say Lord Chaitanya never appeared. Where are the places connected with him? So Guru Maharaj is spending so much effort in trying to preserve those places. In fact, our temple also, we have contributed substantial amount of money to restore, revive one place connected with Lord Nityananda's pastimes. I forget the exact name. We sponsored a kitchen, a compound wall, and cleaning up of that whole. From our temple, we have sponsored that. Just simply to help help Guru Maharaj fulfill the instructions of Prabhupada. I thought as temple from a big city, rich city, we should also contribute something. So when I went last time to Mayapur, they took me there, showed me that place. It is a place where Lord Nityananda spent some time. Especially it is noted because Lord Nityananda, his marriage Adivas ceremony was held in that place. So the day before his actual marriage, he spent there. And they're old, maybe 150 or 200-year-old wooden neem deities of Gaurnitai in that place. So Guru is so keen to preserve because that's a direct instruction of Prabhupada. In fact, dozens and dozens of places have been purchased by ISKCON in the Gaurmandala Bhumi and also in the Parikram Path. And Guru Maharaj has sponsored construction of hall, kitchen, toilets, guest rooms in many of the restoration of the temple in many of these places, just because Srila Prabhupada asked him to do that. So it's difficult to find one aspect of Guru Maharaj's life which is not aligned with the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. Nothing you can find. Everything is aligned to trying to fulfill the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj says, Prabhupada told him, make Calcutta Rath Yatra the biggest Rath Yatra festival in the world. So today, it's slowly, year by year, the Calcutta Rath Yatra is expanding so much and becoming so popular. The Chief Minister of the state, she never misses that program. Somehow or other, she comes, attends that program. This year, she didn't come because, last year, I mean, because there was a new Jagannath Mandir she established in Digha. And the first ever Rath Yatra in Digha was celebrated this year. But the interesting thing is that government of West Bengal built a huge, massive Jagannath temple, exactly like the Jagannath temple in Puri, and handed over the temple to ISKCON for management, maintenance, and taking care of deity worship. So that's also a big credit to ISKCON in Bengal, Mayapur, to Guru Maharaj, because they know that His Holiness Japataka Maharaj is there. As long as he's there, everything will go on nicely. Everything will go on nicely. Worship will happen. So like that. And in this Digha temple, Westerners are allowed to come inside and have darshan, which is not allowed in Puri. So any Western devotee wants to have darshan of Jagannath, they go to Digha and not to Puri, because Puri are denied. Though Prabhupada didn't like that, he said, Jagannath is Lord of the universe, not just Lord of Hindus. He's Lord of the universe. Anybody should be able to come in and have darshan. He doesn't discriminate based on caste or nationality. But they didn't accept it, the management in Puri. But nevertheless, Guru Maharaj went ahead. And the government of West Bengal went ahead, opened in Digha and handed over to ISKCON, and Westerners can come there and have darshan. I've been to that temple. It's a replica of the Puri Jagannath temple, beautifully built by the government, and handed over to ISKCON for taking care of deity worship. So there are many amazing, interesting things that are happening in ISKCON today because of the unstinting efforts of these leaders of ISKCON. Like, for example, what's happening in GEV, such a huge preaching effort. What's happening in Chowpatty, what's happening in Pune. We're also slowly catching up. What's happening online through Namanishta. We're also catching up because we're also trying to fulfill Guru Maharaj's instruction. Little by little, inch by inch. We're trying our best. Though I feel there's so much more we can do.
तो पोस्ट दे देते हैं वाइस प्रिंसिपल की बोल के 65 दे रहे हैं.
More we can do in trying to fulfill instructions. So Vyasa Puja is the time when we become more dedicated. We reflect, oh, 1 year has gone by. Did I improve in my service to Guru Maharaj? Someday like this, we'll all become old. Time will fly, but we have to catch hold of time and then make more sincere efforts. So I thought here I'll just briefly pause. Then I want to know if anybody has any question or comments or anything they want to ask. Accordingly, we will. Anybody wants to add? Is Venudari there?
Sorry, Prabhuji is not feeling well. That's why he's not joining.
Mm-hmm. So anybody else wants to say something or ask something, then we can discuss.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat.
Yes.
Prabhuji, when this ritvik system came up and the section framed out, was that Krishna's approval of that, or is it like they're getting big and it's a Krishna's plan to mix them up with us later? What is we can understand from this incident?
You see, what is mentioned always is that nothing happens without Krishna's sanction. But we cannot say Krishna directly wanted this. That cannot be the right way of understanding. If it has to happen, it has to have Krishna's sanction. Krishna has okayed it. But many things in this world happen because of very mischievous people, ambitious people, mischievous people, very deceitful people, very passionate, very arrogant people. So Krishna will, what can he do? After some time, he will sanction. He said, all right, go ahead. This is what you want. I know, I'm telling you repeatedly, it's not good for you. But you still want to do it. And you face the consequence. Okay, even if there was differences, Guru Maharaj Prabhupada says, try to keep it within the framework of ISKCON. Don't leave ISKCON. Don't take ISKCON to court. Only those who are demons will take ISKCON to court. That's what Prabhupada has said. We're doing important spiritual work. Don't disturb us so much. Challenge us by going to the court, filing false cases. But this gentleman who started the ritvik movement has done exactly whatever Prabhupada said one should not do. I consider that they have some type of a jihadi fanatic mentality. Everybody should follow Ritvikism, whether they like, whether they accept, whether they understand. You don't want to follow, then you get out of ISKCON, or we will get out, like that. Nobody resolves a philosophical problem in this way. We will discuss, we will negotiate, we will argue, but finally, whatever the majority decides is accepted. Whatever the majority decides will be accepted. But some people don't want to follow. It's like child is naughty, mischievous. He's insisting on doing something. Mother is saying, don't do, it's not good. After some time, he says, go to hell, do something. Don't harm yourself, but he wants to play on mobile video games. Mother is saying, don't do that, it'll spoil you. After some time, mother will give up and say, okay, do it for some time, like that. Same way, ritvik philosophy. Out of frustration, out of helplessness, not helplessness, Krishna is not helpless. Krishna says, what can I do because you're so determined? All right, so you experience it for some time. So all that is not correct and wrong. Sometimes happens because Krishna sanctions it, not that Krishna is recommending it. Because we are the ones who are stupid, arrogant, overconfident, proud, envious. That's why this kind of vague, offensive philosophies come out. Hopefully they will come to their senses and come back. Many of them have come back, but there's still a group which is insisting that this is the right philosophy. Though philosophically, I think their stand is very weak. See, when we have differences, one has to be even more careful, philosophical or management or otherwise. We have to be even more careful because when we have differences, then we tend to become angry and that clouds our whole relationships and decision making. When I don't like somebody, whatever he is doing, I will not like. Whatever he is doing, I will dislike. I'll try to find faults. So we have to get out of that. Sometimes some people have some only in one particular area they are a little adamant or something. But otherwise they are very nice. 99% very, very nice. But 1% they have some challenging problem or something. So one has to be very careful. Especially when one has differences, we should not allow our mind to make rash decisions. We tend to make such rash decisions, but one should be very careful. Because when we dislike, when we don't agree, when we are having differences, big difference, then we become angry. This whole fault-finding nature will come out. Whatever they do, we'll feel there's something wrong. There must be something wrong. How can he do this? He's not a good man, like that. But so Guru Maharaj says, treat the diseased, don't dislike the deceased. Don't dislike them. And Kali Yuga will act, no? How Kali Yuga will keep quiet? The age of Kali Purusha will act on any society that is functioning to reduce the influence of Kali Purusha. Kali Purusha will attack. Okay, good question. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Project announcement.
Yes.
Project, one small question. So, yes, Project. So Guru Maharaj is always he's very enthusiastic and very always. So he wants to do means always wants to please Srila Prabhupada, all this. So what is the source of inspiration for Guru Maharaj project? So means how we can understand.
You see, because they're constantly with a selfless mode, with a selfless mood, correct? Meditating on serving and pleasing Prabhupada. So that thought is very purifying. They want to serve Prabhupada and please him. They want to fulfill his instructions and please him. completely please him and follow all his instructions. And they're always thinking, what can I do today to fulfill Prabhupada's instructions? Some instructions are for a lifetime, some instructions are project-based. Lifetime means be a disciple, be a guru, chant so many rounds, follow regulated principles, read my books carefully, understand, preach. Prabhupada also wanted all his disciples to take exams, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. So we have to constantly think, what new instruction of Srila Prabhupada I can follow today? Or our respective gurus also. Selflessly, we should think. Can I do all this without being selfish, without being wanting to enjoy the results and benefit of this? So if we are constantly meditating on this mood, how can I serve my guru selflessly? Even meditating, that meditation itself is so purifying that mind becomes free from all contaminations. And when the mind becomes free from contamination, what is left? Only love for God, love for Krishna, love for the lotus feet of Guru, and this attitude of wanting to serve. That's the only thing that's left after contaminations are removed. So your enthusiasm will grow day by day in the service of Krishna. You will go searching for services. And that's over. What should I do next? You will not like to waste even a moment. So even meditating on, I want to serve my guru selflessly without any desire for name, fame or something. Even feeling like that and serving. One may not be 100% pure, but one should aspire that when will a day come and I'll serve my guru. Ahai tuki aprati hata, mission of my guru with devotion, dedication, selflessness, renunciation of everything else. Anya abhilashita shunya, everything else becomes zero. Even thinking about wanting to do this will give you purification and enthusiasm. So much enthusiasm will come into your heart. Enthusiasm will build like this. Enthusiasm will be killed by, you tell me what. What can kill enthusiasm? Anybody wants to answer? Archit?
Aparat, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Tell me, what does you mean by aparat?
When we don't cooperate with the devotees and feel I'm doing better service than others, my
Correct.
mood is better than others.
Correct. Fault-finding tendency, criticizing others, constantly gossiping about somebody's failure or some weakness that they have.
And prideness.
Yes, to be filled with ahankara. So what else will kill enthusiasm?
తెలుగులో చెప్పగలరా ప్రభు ప్రశ్న?
మనం భగవంతుడి సేవ చేయడానికి ఉత్సాహం అనేది ఉంటుంది. ఉత్సాహం అనేది ఉండాలి. ఇంకా చేయాలి, ఇంకా ఎక్కువ చేయాలి, బాగా చేయాలి అనేది. మనం ఏం చేస్తే ఈ ఉత్సాహం తగ్గిపోతుంది, క్షీణించిపోతుంది అని ప్రశ్న. చెప్పండి. రాంగ్ అసోసియేషన్, కరెక్ట్. ఎప్పుడు అందరినీ నిందించే వాళ్ళ దగ్గరే మనం కూర్చుంటాము, వాళ్ళతో లేస్తాము, కూర్చుంటాము, తింటాము, సేవ చేస్తామంటే వాళ్ళ మనసులో ఉన్న ప్రభావం మనకు కూడా వచ్చేస్తుంది. వాళ్ళ మనసులో ఉన్న రోగం మనకు కూడా పట్టుకుంటుంది. కరోనా వైరస్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళతోనే తిరిగితే మనకి కరోనా వైరస్ వస్తుంది. అలాగే సో protecting yourself from the influence of sick devotees. Sick ante జబ్బున్న భక్తులు. 24 నిందించడం, 24 గంటలు కోపం చూపించడం, 24 గంటలు అతను ఇలా చేస్తున్నాడు, ఇతను ఇలా చేస్తాడని ఇతరుల గురించి చెప్పుకుంటూనే ఉండడం. అలాంటి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉంటే అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి ఉత్సాహం తగ్గిపోతుంది, అలాంటి వాళ్ళతో ఉన్న వాళ్ళ ఉత్సాహం కూడా తగ్గిపోతుంది. Such people will not only lose their enthusiasm, but whoever associates with them also lose their enthusiasm. It is said that Guru Maharaj, his servants say, not once in his life have the servants heard Guru Maharaj speaking ill about anybody, criticizing somebody, or unnecessarily finding fault with somebody. Not once in his 50 years, 60 years. So this is also another quality we can learn. Manu, suppose we see something wrong, so how do we deal with it? Chappandi, what does Guru Maharaj teach us? How do we deal with it when we see somebody doing something wrong?
Hare Krishna. Immediately we will scold them, fight with them. We try to tell what is right, what is wrong.
తర్వాత
హరే కృష్ణ. యాక్చువల్లీ మీరు చెప్పినట్టు ఎక్కువ సీరియస్ గా భక్తి చేసుకోండి, భక్తులతో సమయాన్ని కేటాయించడము, రోజు మినిమం ఒక 1/2 అవర్ మనం భాగవత శ్రవణము చేయడము అండ్ శుద్ధ భక్తులతో మనం రీడింగ్ లో ఉండే డౌట్స్ ని అడిగి పెంపొందించుకుంటా ఉంటే ఈ ఇబ్బందుల నుంచి బయటపడచ్చు అనిపిస్తుంది.
వెరీ గుడ్. నేను అడిగింది, ఒకవేళ ఎవరో తప్పు చేస్తున్నారు, నిందిస్తున్నారు, మనం అలాంటి పరిస్థితులు ఏం చేయాలి? మనం
అక్కడి నుంచి దూరంగా ఉండేది మంచిది గురువుజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ వాల్యుబుల్ సజెషన్ అని చెప్పి ఆ నుంచి వారగా వచ్చేసేయడం.
వెరీ గుడ్. So Guru Maharaj explains that we should see if we can try to help them if they're willing to listen to us. But if they're senior than us, then we should try to help them in a very, very, very careful way. Allah, forgive them and pray for them. Perfect answer. Where are you, Ramya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
I can't see you. Yes, correct. Perfect. Forgive them, pray for them, and try to help them if you can. Ante మన మాట వినేటట్టయితే then we can try to help them. But definitely we cannot gossip, we cannot criticize, we cannot fight. వాళ్ళకి అవమానించడం కానీ అలాంటి ఏం చేయకూడదు. So Guru Maharaj explains how we take care of people who are. But ultimately, see, the responsibility to be enthusiastic is ours. అంటే నేను ఉత్సాహాన్ని పెంచుకోవాలి కానీ తగ్గించకూడదు, క్షీణించుకోకూడదు. అది ఏం చేస్తే క్షీణించిపోతుందో అలాంటి వాళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి, అలాంటి మాటల దగ్గర నుంచి దూరంగా ఉండాలి. What will kill my enthusiasm, reduce my enthusiasm? I should be away from such activities. Very, very dangerous to do activities which disturb your enthusiasm. We have a short life. ఆ 4 రోజులు వాళ్ళతో గొడవలు పెట్టుకుని, వీళ్ళతో గొడవలు పెట్టుకుని, నిందించుకుని టైం పాస్ చేసుకుంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ది యూస్? టెల్ మీ, వాట్ ఈస్ ది యూస్? Every moment we should be enthusiastic and try to think what more I can do for Guru and Krishna. Okay? Every moment. Guru Maharaj is a perfect example. ఎవరైనా తప్పు చేసినా Guru Maharaj only tries to somehow protect them, encourage them, but he will never వాళ్ళకి అవమానం చేయించడం కానీ, అవమానం చేయడం కానీ, ఎగతాళిగా మాట్లాడడం. Speak to them in a very critical way, criticize them. Guru Maharaj never does that. Okay, good question. Anybody else?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
కృష్ణ ప్రభు ఇందాక మీరు చెప్పారు ఫర్గివ్నెస్ గురించి, అది మన గురు మహారాజే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అని. యాక్చువల్లీ మన గిరిధర టెంపుల్ కి లాంగ్ బ్యాక్ గురు మహారాజ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మన డివోటీస్ అందరూ ఆయన దగ్గర వెళ్ళి బ్లెస్సింగ్ తీసుకోవాలని చాలా డిస్టర్బెన్స్ చేసి అన్ని చేశారు. ఆయన బాధపడ్డారు వాళ్ళు కూడా, ఆయన సర్వెంట్స్ అందరూ. నెక్స్ట్ టైం ఇక్కడికి తీసుకురాము, మీరు ఇట్లంతా డిస్టర్బ్ చేశారు. అన్నిటి గురు మహారాజ్ మౌనంగా వినేసి ఎయిర్పోర్ట్కి వెళ్ళి, ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ లో ఆయన వీల్ చైర్ మీద వెళ్తూ మళ్ళీ రిటర్న్ తిప్పి మన డివోటీస్ అందరూ చూసి, మన డివోటీస్ మీరు అందరూ ఉన్నారు అక్కడ, దాంట్లో అందరూ వెళ్ళారు. మళ్ళీ చాలా సార్లు మీరు క్లాస్ లో కూడా చెప్పారు. ఆయన రిటర్న్ మళ్ళీ తిరిగి చెప్తున్నారు, ఐ లవ్ బెంగళూరు డివోటీస్, ఐ కమ్ విజిట్ నెక్స్ట్ టైం గిరిధారి మందిర్ అని చెప్పేసి రిటర్న్ వెళ్తారు. అది చాలా మనసుకు దగ్గర అనిపించింది. అంటే ఇబ్బంది అయినా ఆయన కూడా ఆయన సేవలు చేసే భక్తులందరూ నెక్స్ట్ టైం ఇక్కడ రాకుండా ఇంకొక చోట వెళ్ళి మనం క్లాస్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది, వీళ్ళందరూ అక్కడికి రావాలనే విధంగా చెప్తే కూడా గురు మహారాజు ఐ కమ్ నెక్స్ట్ విజిట్ ఈస్ కమ్ గిరిధారి మందిర్ అని చెప్పి బ్లెస్ చేసి వెళ్తారు. Thank you, Lord. Thanks.
Okay, any other question?
Krishna Prabhuji,
Yes.
So, as a sadhaka, how can I serve Guru Maharaj more enthusiastically, and how can I develop my mood?
See, one of the ways you should hear about him, hear his glories from devotees who have had the good fortune of associating with him personally. So I always try to take the opportunity to hear from Achintya Prabhu, personal servants of Guru Maharaj. So whenever I get a chance to them, we discuss about Guru Maharaj's mood, Guru Maharaj's activities, different leelas that have happened recently. So you take the association of those who are personally serving, you take the association of those who are serving Guru from, taken some responsibility on behalf of Guru and serving nicely many years. Like Badrinarayan Swami was serving Srila Prabhupada for more than almost for 57 years. So we learn from.
Why do you think it's very funny?
We learn from such devotees. So then our mood will of love for Guru Maharaj. As we hear more about him, his quality, his gentleness, his softness, his dedication, and automatically in your mind and in your heart, attraction will grow. In your mind also, in your heart also, attraction for him will grow. It is not possible for anybody not to be attracted and grateful to Guru Maharaj. అది కుదరదు అసలు. ఆయన గురించి వింటూ ఉంటే మనం ఇంకా వినాలి, ఇంకా సేవ చేయాలి, ఆయన ఇలాంటి మహాపురుషుడికి సేవ చేయాలి అనిపిస్తుంది. More we hear, the more. Like for example, he wrote this song, Yaji Prabhupada No Hoite. What a nectarian song that is. So you can understand from that one song what is in his heart, what is the position of Prabhupada in his heart, in his life, in his goal of life, in his mission, how he is completely dedicated. Completely dedicated. So when we are serving Guru Maharaj, so we should intelligently analyze his character. Prabhupada told him, develop Mayapur. That's what he's doing, sitting there. He's bringing the whole world to Mayapur. Most important center of ISKCON in the world today, Mayapur. This one Acharya Mahapurusha has made the change. So dedication comes by observing, carefully observing our previous acharyas, the senior devotees, guru, sannyasis, and their dedication will come out. Like there's one devotee in Mayapur. Guru Maharaj told him, please develop the hospital nicely. So one devotee, Guru Maharaj told, please develop the school nicely. They're completely dedicated to that. Day and night, they're only thinking about that. How to develop the school, how to develop more school, more branches, standard of education. Somebody hospital, somebody university. Guru Maharaj said, Prabhupada wanted a Vedic university. So how can I develop that? They're thinking. Somebody, Prabhupada wanted boat service from Calcutta to Mayapur on the Ganga. It took us 20 years, 25 years to do that, but finally achieved it. Now there's a regular boat service from Calcutta to Mayapur. Goes on the Ganga. Exactly as per what Prabhupada wanted. So that devotee was dedicated. So many decades he went on planning and planning and planning, collecting money. And finally he did it. Dedication. Prabhupada told Janniwas Prabhu and Pankaj Angri, stay in Mayapur, learn how to worship the deities. Teach all the devotees who come from different parts of the world, teach them how to take care of deities. These two devotees did that. So devotee pujaris from all over the world come to Mayapur to learn. Okay. So by learning about Guru Maharaj, by studying about these people, then you will also develop some attachment. They're not like ordinary people. They have a job, they have this, they have that, and then free time, spare time, they do some bhakti. No, they're not like that. There is no free time in their life because all the time they sacrifice to Guru. Like that. Okay. Thank you. So any other question? One more question we can take.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hello.
Yes.
Prabhuji, recently I was reading Prabhupada Lilamrita, and we have seen Prabhupada has struggled so many ways for us to give this society when we didn't get anything. Now we got temple, we got scriptures, we got devotee association, culture, everything on our plate, right? But then we see Prabhupada struggle. Then we see Guru Maharaj struggle in building Mayapur. Then I got a good fortune to connect with Namnishra Prabhu personally. And we see that 18 years he was struggling to build temple. Then finally a beautiful temple has come out. So what we see that great success even in spiritual life comes with great sacrifice and struggle, right? So is it true, Prabhuji, that wherever if we are want to achieve something great, we need to sacrifice even in spiritual life?
See, in this material world, if you want to achieve something extraordinary, some challenge will be there. Some fight will be there. Fight means struggle. Pandavas wanted to win. 18 days they had went through so much anxiety fighting the Kaurava army. So much pain, so much anxiety, so much loss, so much disaster, tragedy. But finally they won. So they never gave up. They never gave up. They never retired. They never ran away. So they had faith in Krishna. Sometimes things look difficult and hopeless, but we should never give up. When Guru Maharaj took over South India, there were just one or two temples. That was about 30, 40 years back, 30 years back maybe. Today we have more than 100 temples in South India. And many more centers, outposts and extension centers. Many more are there. And it's growing even more year by year. I remember he came, those early days, he used to travel by bus. sometimes jeep, sometimes some car, sometimes by cycle. I mean, cycle in Mayapur. Here, sometimes by train, sometimes by tempo traveler. So all that struggle, sometimes he would travel so much, morning one place, afternoon one place, evening one place, because he would not have time. He wants to cover as many places. So he will travel continuously. His secretaries will give up. They travel with him for 1 week and they'll collapse. They will simply collapse. They can't keep pace with him. And so we see the fruit of that activity and sacrifice and austerity and dedication. Krishna rewarded him. Otherwise, before ISKCON, Lord Chaitanya was never known anywhere in South India. But today, practically every corner of South India, and there is chanting of Gauranga, Nityananda, Hare Krishna mantra. This one man, this one great personality did it. I remember one devotee in Guwahati. Gurmans told him to build a temple, build a nice temple here, like that. It took him 20 years to do, but he did it. So, a human life is an opportunity to develop dedication, sincerity, to develop some sense of renunciation from everything other than Guru's instruction. Anya bilashita shrunyam. Everything other than Guru's instructions should become zero. Nothing should exist in one's heart and mind except serving Guru, fulfilling his instructions. Other things will happen as per karma. We get married, we'll get children, we'll get this, we'll get that. But that should not become the goal of life. That is the distraction of life. Our real goal is, am I able to serve Guru and Krishna? Is my enthusiasm, dedication, Anyabilashita shunyam, everything else other than wanting to serve, is not, actually should become zero. But, we are grahastas, this and that. So, but that should not become the primary goal of life. Guru Maharaj wrote that song, Yadi Prabhupada na hoite, and one time I was with him. I don't know when. He told me how this idea of the song came to his mind. And then he wrote that song, Yadi Prabhupada na hoite. We glorify Lord Chaitanya so much. But we didn't know anything about Lord Chaitanya. It was Prabhupada who told us about Lord Chaitanya and everything. So our gratitude should go first to Prabhupada. So the Acharyas are singing, had Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not come, what would have been my hope? So I was thinking, for us, the more appropriate song is, had Prabhupada not come, where would we have learnt about Lord Chaitanya? So I was feeling like that. He said, I wanted to make a song like this, Yadi Gaurna Hoite. So that's how the idea came into my mind. I thought maybe someone will write it. Nobody wrote, so I decided to write it myself. Very childlike in the sense he was saying. I decided to write it myself. I tried. He was explaining. That is what I call dedication. Like there's a devotee from France, Anandamaya Das. He was living in Hyderabad temple, French devotee. Prabhupada told him in 1972 or something, Frenchman, I want you to stay in Hyderabad and translate my books into Telugu and publish them. He recently passed away last year. 56 years of his life after that instruction, he stayed in Hyderabad and did exactly what Prabhupada told him. Translating books, publishing books. That's all he did. All his life he did that. Till the last breath of his life, he was sitting in the basement, one corner, Prabhupada disciple. and getting books translated, publishing them. Yes, there will be struggle sometimes. But that struggle is sweet because its struggle is for Guru and Krishna. Actually, if there is no struggle, there is no fun in life. That means you're not aiming for something big. Okay, I will just do something, whatever happens, let it happen. No, that's not a mood of a devotee. If somebody says it will take 10 years to do this, we should ask ourselves, can I finish it in 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, like that? We should challenge ourselves in the service of Guru. We should try to do. Of course, that will happen slowly, because when we chant well, read well, hear well, the desire, we'll develop a sense of urgency. That's a very good symptom. Developing a sense of urgency to fulfill Guru's instruction. We won't want to waste time. Yes, some struggles are there. Prabhupada says you struggle for Krishna and Guru, or you struggle in Maya. You struggle in this material world for family and under the control of Maya. Which is better, you tell me? One gives you eternal benefit, eternal pain, eternal pleasure, eternal happiness. The other one gives you eternal misery. Family life ultimately is very disappointing when you're disconnected from Krishna. Monotonous, repetitive, no excitement after some time, whether it's in marriage or this or that or anything, business. But Krishna conscious life is ever fresh. Every new person that you catch hold of and preach and make them devotee, it's so fulfilling, so satisfying. Yes, there will be struggle for a sincere devotee, because they want to achieve as much as possible in the shortest possible time. Sometimes the struggle brings the best out of us. Laziness won't even test us properly. And very relaxed attitude. That's called comfort zone preaching. I'll do whatever happens, let it happen. No. We should have sense of. Guru has told us, make Bangalore first Krishna conscious city. We cannot say, okay, next 1,000 years, let it become Krishna conscious. No. We should say, how can I do it? Do something online, have festivals, special programs for children, special program for elders, special program for grastas. Do something online. Build nice temples, extension centers, festivals. Somehow connect people of Bangalore to Krishna. Like that, we should always be thinking and planning. Krishna will be very happy when you do that. Mahaprabhu will be very, very happy. Mahaprabhu would sit and hear reports of preaching. Oh, what did you do today? Oh, you did this? Wow. Oh, they were not willing to chant, but you convinced them to chant. Very nice. Very nice. Mahaprabhu is so thrilled to hear preaching reports. Prabhupada says, Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. I will give you intelligence. Everything that you need if you want to dedicate yourself to me and my service. Not that Prabhupada, it's not that Krishna gives intelligence because you have big list of material desires. No, it doesn't work like that. Material desires more or less go as per karma. Spiritually, Dadami buddhi yogam. I will give you everything that you need if you want to achieve something spiritually. Actually, the Atma is never satisfied unless you stretch yourself to the fullest degree. To the fullest degree, you stretch yourself and try to do. It's such a pleasure to work with such people who are strong, who are determined, who are trying to do, who are pushing themselves Such a pleasure to see such devotees, work with such devotees, associate with such devotees. I remember Satya Gopinath Das. I built one temple. Of course, I also started one or two other projects. And Satya Gopinath built 5 temples during the time that, I took to build 2 temples, 1.5 or 2 temples. He built 5. Guru Maharaj was so happy with him. Devotees are the only people in the world who don't take a break, who don't take a holiday, who don't look at the time when they come to work, come to serve. They're there. 365 days, 24/7. They're willing to serve. Some donor comes to meet me, I will drop everything, come and run and come and sit in the office, and I'm ready to greet him and talk to him. Somebody has some questions, I can see Bhakti Vishal leaders drop everything and want to spend time with him. Sometimes their families have a tough time. Oh my God, this man is too much. They will feel. Okay, struggle is there. When the first pair of devotees, 4 devotees went to London, you think they were very peaceful and happy? Prabhupada pushed them like anything. I want to come to London. Have you made any arrangements for me to stay? They'd just gone there 1 week or 2 weeks before that. And they didn't even have a place to stay. They were staying in some abandoned godown, garage, abandoned factories and godowns. They were staying there. And Prabhupada would write letter again. I have not received any report from you. My mind is so full of anxiety. I want to know what's happening in London. Have you started meeting the big important people of London? Sometimes the devotees would cry, but they would love it, being pushed by Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, whenever I go to see him, I always tell devotees, he asks me, what's new? What's news? What are you planning? Are you planning anything new now? Tell me, I want to listen. And what's news? Anything have you done? Anything nice? Anything important? Anything important? Anything nice you've done? Any significant development is there? Like that. So before I go to meet him, I always rehearse. I prepare a script. Okay, these are the new things I've done. This temple has done this temple. And then I go and report to him. Oh my God, Guru Maharaj pushes himself. When he's dressing up also, he used to preach. When somebody is putting tilak on his face, he's talking and preaching. When he's taking a bath, he's talking. He's instructing because he has so many people to meet and he's so full of ideas and he's pushing. Purity is a rare gift that is given to those who are pushing themselves. Very rare gift. And they will get empowerment also because they're in such a big hurry to do something for Guru and Krishna. Krishna bless them. Okay, good question. All right, we stop here. 8:15 already. Anybody has any comment to make before we close? Oh, Rashi Noonama. Nice to see you. You have anything to say, Rashi? Okay. Anybody, any closing comments? Then we can close.
There is a Hare Krishna Prabhuji, there is a comment.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Ramya is asking. I don't know. Let's see. How soon Guru Maharaj Krishna will bring him? How soon Krishna will bring him? Let's see. Okay.
There are some comments, Prabhuji, from Vijayandani Mataji. Okay.
Yes.
This point, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the class, this JSSS meeting. And the point I like to ask this, that how, devotee, those who are very, about enthusiasm, you are telling Prabhuji that how devotee is very active. Every second he is thinking and meditating how to fulfill the desire of Guru and Krishna. He's
Yes.
always meditating on that. So that was very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, okay. So let us thank Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna mantra once. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a nice, inspiring session. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I couldn't speak much in Telugu. Maybe next time or one more separate class can be there where devotees, Telugu, Kannada speaking devotees, we can have a separate class in local language. We can plan that.
Yes, I think Murari Madhav Prabhuji was
Vyasa
there
Puja in Telugu and Kannada.
Murari Madhav Prabhuji is there in the Prabhuji has joined. I think Prabhuji can say something. Regarding Prabhuji had put in the group also regarding Kannada class, JSSS Kannada language.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
ಹೇಳಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೃಪೆ ತಾವು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲಾದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಖಂಡಿತ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇದು ಗುರು ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಪೂಜೆಗೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ತೆಲುಗುನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್.
ಸರಿ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ, ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಆ ದಿನ.
ಎಸ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
यस दंडवत।
प्रभु जी हिंदी के लिए भी आपसे निवेदन है प्रभु जी, हिंदी का भी क्लास कीजिए प्रभु जी।
हाँ कोशिश करेंगे, जरूर जरूर।
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
थैंक यू माता जी। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. Vancha kalptarubhishya kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo